Okay, so we continue with our class of Kitzur. Today's class number 23. We start from Sefer Chafetz Chaim, and the big topic is the same laws of harmful speech. And today's topic about Teshuva. Okay.
Page 86?
88.
88. Got it. 1 second. Okay. Balei Teshuva. Above, on day 8, we saw that one may not mention that someone is Baal Teshuva if either the speaker or listener considers this derogatory, which in fact it is not. Based on the prohibition against relating negative information or information that could cause harm or hurt, it's permissible to relate that a person is Baal Teshuva only if, in addition to the speaker and listener not considering this to be derogatory, the Baal Teshuva himself is open about his past, and this factor not mentioned in his presence, he would not feel hurt. In a case where the Baal Teshuva is sensitive about his past, the listener is known to be discreet, and then information will never be passed on to others.
Right, so it's basically, so what it says here, so all of the three people, so basically there's nothing on with Baal Teshuva, right? Rabbi Akiva was Baal Teshuva. Let us all be Baal Teshuva. So there is no problem. But if either one of the speaker or listener see it as derogatory, or the one the guy does not feel comfortable about it, so it is forbidden. Okay. So let's go. So on Simon number 10. So we're learning the laws of tefillin. And Sif number 3. And it says, 1 second, pretty long Sif. Okay. This Sif sets for the proper position of the shell yat and the shell rows upon the head and the arm. So it's very important to, as we said before, to put tefillin in the right position. So basically, why is it important? So if it's not the right position, so basically I would say it's like he never put it in tefillin, and he said blessing in vain. So it is written in Torah, Shmos 13:16, with respect of tefillin, it shall be signed on your arm. In a paragraph of Veichayaki Yehivecha. It shall come to pass when when HaShem will bring you. Okay, so commentary say this verse is a portion of V'chaya ki yivaecha. It shall come to pass when he bring you. Okay, one of the scriptural portion included in a tefillin. Okay. So as we said, there are four parts. So it's one of the 4 parts. Okay. So one more time. It shall be a sign on your arm, as in paragraph it shall come to pass when HaShem will bring you. From the fact that the words yadcho, is written with a hey at the end, in a contrast to the more standard spelling yadcho, without hey in there. The sages of blessed memory expounded, Menachos 37a, that for the purpose of this teaching, that the word is read as if it were 2 words. Yad meaning 1 word, and cho. Okay, second. The weaker arm. Okay, so basically as so you from here we know that tefillin should be bind on a weaker arm. Okay, this refers to the left arm, which is a weaker and more faint of 2 arms. Thus, tefillin are to be placed on the left arm. Okay, commentary. C of 12. So we're going to get to it regarding the halacha of the left-handed person. Okay, so basically for righty, it's on the left. The proper position of tefillin on the arm. Okay, so here we go. And one should place the shell yat meaning on arm tefillin, on the upper arm, between the elbow and the shoulder. So basically on this part, between elbow and the shoulder. Okay. On a place where the flesh is higher. Flesh is higher. Okay, commentary. And we're going to show where is it. The tefillin are placed on the bundle, on the bulge formed by the biceps muscle on the upper arm. These exclude the area immediately adjacent to the joint of the elbow, where there is no bulge. So basically, so you put it here. I don't know if you see. So not too close to the elbow, right? So on when it's going up, and that's what they mean. However, it may not be placed upon any area of the bulge, but only on a part that is situated on the lower half of the bone. So basically, you have like, let's say that this is your bicep. This is like a middle. So you don't put on the upper side. You put on the lower side, right? So not on top. Like let's say this is top. So you put it on the lower side. So you put it on the lower side. If any part of the tefillin is situated on the arm, on a place where there is no bulge or muscle, he has not fulfilled his obligation and has not recited the blessing in vain. See Shulchan and Rama, and so in Mishnah Brura. One should endeavor to have tefillin that are small enough to fit on the muscle, and thus avoid these problems. Mishnah Brura. So basically, when tefillin is too big, so some people like huge tefillin. I don't know why. So it's like it goes too low because the hands are small, right? It goes too low. So on a part where there's no muscle, right? I mean, closer to the elbow when here, this part, or it's going like above the middle point. Not good. So when you get a regular size tefillin, so it fits there perfectly. There is more than enough room. Some people get huge tefillin and think it's better. Okay, which is not okay. So if it's in the wrong place, as we said, he never put tefillin and he recited the blessing in the way. Continue. For the verse states regarding the tefillin in Dvarim 11:18, you shall place these words of mine upon your heart. Okay, this dictates that tefillin on the arm should be positioned opposite the heart. He should therefore place the tefillin there and tilt it slightly toward the body, so that the arm, when the arm is lowered, the tefillin will be positioned opposite the heart. So basically, what does it mean? So here's your arm. So you don't put it on top of the on top like going this way. So you tilt it to the left. So when you put the hand down, it's actually pointed to the heart. That's the idea. So many people put directly like straight on the bicep. I'm not sure why, but that's what they do. And sometimes you try to show them, like move it a little to the side, and they pretend that they're stupid. I don't know. Well, unfortunately. Okay.
Wait, Rabbi, one question. I saw someone when they're putting on the tefillin today. It's not directly related to this, but they didn't do a shin. They did something else where it looked like it was just like two straight lines. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. There are, I think, three or four ways to tie this out shin. So I mean that's still fine.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. So one second. So and some people do shin here on the arm, right here. So all right, there are different customs. Okay, so one second. So upon the heart, this dictates that tefillin on arm should be positioned opposite the heart. Okay, we said that. He should therefore place tefillin there. I'm just reading it again, and tilt it slightly toward the body. So like toward the body when so it does not have to poke like you have to be able to put your hand down right? Your arm down, and it's still going to point to the heart, slightly to the body, so that when the arm is lowered, the tefillin will be positioned opposite the heart. This heart. Okay. Continue. The proper position of the head. So we got with we done with the hand tefillin. Are you good? You clear? Okay. Good. All right. I mean, it's not that hard, but few people who never learn it, I mean, they do all these mistakes. It's okay. Continue. A proper position of shel rosh on the head. Regarding what is written in the Torah concerning position of tefillin shel rosh, that they should be placed between your eyes. So it says exactly, it says between your eyes. Our sages of blessed memory received the tradition from the Sinai that it does not mean literally between your eyes. Rather, it refers to the place on the head that is opposite. There is a direct line. There is an area between the eyes. So we're going to see. Commentary say this description given in all four passages that can contain commanded of between the eyes. But actually, I think Rabbi Yaron Reuven said, I heard in his lectures, so there is an eyes, like in the brain, so the actual eyes, so these eyes, what we call eyes, it's only the receptacle, when they like a lens in a camera, right? So the actual action is behind the lens of the camera, right? When you make a picture. So here, this is only like a lens, and the actual eyes are actually here. So exactly where we put tefillin. So it's literally between your eyes. Okay. So, but simple explanation before all of these researches. So they say it's like between your eyes. If you draw the line, right, like in the middle of your nose, so it's going to be exactly between your eyes, just a little higher. Okay, so continue. The location of the plate is beginning from the place where the hair begins to grow on the forehead. Commentary. There is a hairline. It must be on a place where the hair grows, not only where there is hair. Thus, a person may not place tefillin on a hair that hang down beneath the original hairline. Okay. A balding person positioned tefillin according to the original hairline. So hairline basically where your hair grow, not like the roots of your hair, right? So it's not like you can have like the hair down. So it's not that. It's where like roots of the hair. Basically, that's how you put it. Tefillin. That's the bottom border. Okay, 1 second. And if somebody even like if somebody does not have hair, right, in front, so balding person still he puts the way he remembered where the original hair were, and that's how he puts. So sometimes you see people they put a little low, but some of them, I mean, if they know, so they do exactly as what they're supposed to do. Okay, continue. Grow on the forehead, okay, and continue upward until the place of the head that corresponds to the end of the soft area of the head of the infant. 28. The anterior fontanel. So basically, on the head, when you have this I don't know what is it, whatever they say, like on the back of the head. That's where you put your nut, where not supposed to go. This means that the lower front of the titura. What's titura? Titura, literally bridge, is a base of tefillin that protrudes from the box containing the parchment. The lower edge of titura means the part that the position lower and closer to the one's face. So basically, I'm going to show you the picture. So maybe it's going to be easier. So I don't know if you see the picture. So here, is it correct picture? Yes, that's correct picture.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So okay. So here's so Titura is this part. So it's like outside. Titura is this part. Second. Okay, this part on a side. That one that is darker. That's Titura. So Mabarta is where this where this strap goes. So meaning it's on a like other side, and Titura is that goes like this on this side. Okay. This means that the lower than Titura should not be positioned lower than the place where the hair begin to grow. So basically, this part, the Titura, it's like I don't know, like even without all this fancy word, when the tefillin has to end, right, where the original hairline is, basically. Should not be positioned lower than the place where the hair begin to grow. Okay, so begin to grow, not where the hair is. Like if you put his hair down, like a little longer could be, right? So it's not that. The upper back edge of the Mabarta should be positioned higher on the head than the place that corresponds to where the head is infinitely soft. So actually, I thought it's in the back. No, it's they have here some kind of I don't know, like this soft spot right here. So you have to have this. It's a back of tefillin. We're talking about back to tefillin. Number 30. The Mabarta derives from the word ma'avir, to pass through. Is a back section of tefillin through which the tefillin straps pass. It is extended from Titura. So Titura is where these passages are. The upper edge means that the part that position closer to the top of the head. Okay, so basically, we got. I mean, it's not like the way I understand. It's not like you have too many choices. You have your tefillin, and it starts wherever your hairline starts, and it goes up wherever it goes up. So I mean, it just make sure that it's straight line, and it's not like you can do many adjustments. That's it. Continue. One must be careful, very careful, that the shell rosh be positioned in a proper place. For if even a small part of it is on a forehead, on a place where hair does not grow, that is below the hairline, or even if he placed it entirely on a hair, where the hair grows, but it is off to the side, and not positioned, that is directly above the area between the eyes, he had not performed the mitzvah, and he has recited blessing in vain. So let's explain, and then we read the commentary. So they say, so Kitzur said the person has to be careful not to do it too low. So like on your not on your forehead, it means too low, or it's crooked to one side. So basically, it's proper to have like small mirror. And sometimes in the shul they have many mirrors, like small mirror. You can check, or sometimes people have mirrors on the phone. Whatever you do is basically good. So make sure it's not too low. Make sure it's not too high. I mean it's above the hairline. It's that only hair, also not good. And make sure it's not crooked to the left or crooked to the right. So and first, and the last one, it has to be like exactly in the middle between the eyes. If he does not, if he did not do all of this, so basically he said the blessing in vain. 31. So I think that's my observation. With many people, they put it too low on their forehead. That's I think is the issue, the most common issue. The Mishnah Berurah writes that for this reason, it is better that tefillin should be placed slightly higher than the beginning of the hairline. So just because it's slight, maybe. So that even if it sleeps exactly, he has fulfilled his obligation. One need not be concerned that it will be too high, since in a space where the beginning of the hairline until the end of the fontanelle, there is a room to put on two pairs of tefillin. So basically, some people put two pairs of tefillin, right? Some Kabbalists. Okay. So basically, they say, of course, they put smaller tefillin, not what we do, but basically, it's enough room. Okay, so continue. The proper position of the knot. So when I was talking before, I confused it with the knot. Knot of the back of the shell rosh. The knot of shell rosh should be placed on a head opposite the bias of the shell rosh. In the back of the bias of shell rosh. In the back, I'm sorry, one more time, I apologize. The knot of shell rosh should be placed on a head opposite the bias of shell rosh. In the back of the head. So the knot, so here's you have shell rosh, and the knot should be on the back, it should be like opposite, exactly opposite. So when you take your tefillin out, you adjust. If they most of the time you don't have to adjust, but if you need, so you have to adjust the knot be like on directly opposite. Okay. Second, in the back of the head, in the upper part of the nape. Okay, which is the end of the skull. So where the skull ends, so so it's like upper part of the neck. So sometimes this tefillin need to be adjusted. So if you know how to adjust it, good. If not, it's better to ask somebody who knows. So basically, you loosen the knot and you tie it a little higher or lower, whatever needs to be done. So continue opposite the face. Comment. No part of it should be any lower than the place where the hair grow. Okay. Which is the opposite of the throat. It is best if not is positioned higher than the crevice at the back of the neck. So basically, I'm not sure who would do that, but just go by what Kitzur said. When the skull ends, there's the place. That's where you put it. Okay. But basically, they say if it goes a little lower, there is no problem. According to this Mishnah Berurah, there is no problem. Okay. Continue. The knot should be not tilt in any side. So that's what I said. When I take out, make sure that it's straight. The shell rosh should fit tightly around the head. Come to say that tefillin must fit tightly for two reasons. First of all, the mitzvah is to tie tefillin onto the arm and the head. Yeah, as it says, you shall tie tefillin, and it is not considered tied on if it is loose around the head. Second, if the shell rosh is too loose, then either the bias or the knot will certainly move out of the place. Mishnah Berurah. So basically, when you put the tie when you tie around the head, it's like you make it tight on your skull, right? That's what the tying is, and it has to be tied. Otherwise, it's going to move. Okay, as they say, no problem. So continue. So okay, side shoulder should be one more time, and no, we said that. Now, when the bias and ma barta, so meaning the the back where this strap goes are wide. It is difficult to have the shell rosh tied on with the proper tightness. One must be extremely careful regarding this. So when it's too big, it's also like it has to be like when they do tefillin, it has to be very precise. Because if it's too loose, if this strap is very loose in a bias, it's also not good. Okay. So continue. Save number 4. I said the tefillin are put on a white while standing. Okay. Well, so basically, so as I think we said before, so Sephardim do while sitting. So if somebody does while sitting, don't let them do whatever they want. Okay, the tefillin are put while standing. One should not shake the tefillin out of their case because it constitutes degradation of the mitzvah. So basically, like, treat tefillin with the biggest respect. Rather, he should take them out with his hands. Okay, one should put on shel yad first before shel rosh. Okay, so as because we go by as we said, we go by the verse. After putting the shel yad into proper position, before tightening the knot, that we tie it to the arm. So okay, before so you first prepare, and then you recite the blessing. I'm going to skip. There is no Hebrew. So in English it says, he's commanded us to put tefillin. That's how they end. I don't want to read the whole blessing because might be blessing in the end. Okay, so that's the chaniach tefillin basically in Hebrew, right? The chaniach tefillin. Okay, so that's what you say, and then you tie it. The actual performance of the mitzvah is the tying the tefillin onto the person. Thus, the blessing recited immediately prior to the time and not before that. So basically, that's what I saw. Many people also make mistake. So they take tefillin out from the back, and they prepare and they say blessing. That's absolutely wrong. You cannot say blessing. So we say blessing, not on putting on tefillin, but on tying. So you put it all the way, you position the right way, you say blessing, and when you start tying, you tie this way, or tying this that way, doesn't matter. So whatever tefillin you have, it's good. So okay, so meaning as we said before many times, so you have to say blessing before mitzvah as close to mitzvah as possible. Okay. The hey in the word lechaniach is verbalized with comments. So the 6 with comments means to put on. With the patach under the hay means to leave in place. Whoa, that's a big difference, right? Okay. So to be okay. The lamet on the word tefillin is emphasized. Tefillin, okay. For it has a dagish hazak. Okay. He then ties the knot and wraps the strap 7 times around the arm. So basically, so he prepares tefillin. He says blessing. He ties it. Whatever, as you said, he does shin. I do shin. I don't do shin. Whatever he does, there are different. In Chag, in custom, how people do that. Whatever they do, I guess is good. And then you do 7 times around the arm. 7 times. Okay. So 1 second. Okay, so wrap the strap 7 times around the arm. Continue. Immediately following this, he puts on shel rosh. So basically, you didn't put around the arm. You stop there, right? You stop there. So I hold it with my finger. I mean, it's there is no problem. So and then you put the Shel Rosh. The blessing Lechaniach Tefillin applies to both the mitzvah of Shel Yad and Shel Rosh. Thus, the Shel Rosh has two blessings: Lechaniach Tefillin, which applies to both to both, and Al Mitzvah Tefillin, which said only on Shel Rosh. So basically, Sephardim say only one blessing, right? So they say Lechaniach Tefillin, and then they do not say on the head Tefillin. So our tradition, so we say even though the Chaniach Tefillin covers head Tefillin also, we acknowledge that, but we said there is a second blessing, second extra blessing on a head Tefillin, on Shel Rosh. Okay. Since the Chaniach Tefillin applies to Shel Rosh as well, there should be a little interruption, as little interruption as possible between the blessing and doing the Shel Rosh. Okay, so meaning do it quickly. The wrapping of the strap 7 times is a part of the mitzvah on Shel Yad and does not constitute interruption. However, the wrapping of on the finger is not essential part of the mitzvah and therefore done after Shel Rosh is put on. So basically, wrapping around the arm is mitzvah. The rest is not mitzvah. Around the finger and the rest about the palm is like extra. Okay, so basically one more time. So you say you put the tefillin, you said the blessing, you tied it, you did 7 straps. So you hold them with your finger this remaining strap. You say that you take out the head tefillin, you put it on. Before you tie meaning around your head. So you say the blessing. How mitzvah tefillin? Why is that does not say here? No, it says. I'm saying. And he decided the following blessing: Baruch atah HaShem, Elokeinu melech haolam, al mitzvah tefillin. So that's the second blessing. And they say that care should be taken that one the head is covered while reciting the blessing. So basically, if somebody wears like little kippah, there is no problem whatsoever. But if you wear a bigger kippah, so it might be like on the way of tefillin. So what do? You take out your kippah, you put tefillin on, and then you put kippah on top of it. So do not say blessing before you cover your head with kippah, right? So that's what they're trying to say. Very important. Come on, one second. Commandment of tefillin. Okay, continue. The vav of the mitzvahs is verbalized with patach. The blessing al mitzvah tefillin applies only to the Shel Rosh. Thus, mitzvahs is pronounced with a patach. Patach meaning like right? In the word mitzvahs, meaning the mitzvah in singular. Of pronounce whole. Okay, I don't want to bore you. Okay, that's it. We stop here. So al mitzvahs tefillin, and that's it. Okay, continue. He then tied it into his head, right? If one did not recite the bracha while doing the tefillin, he may recite it any time while still wearing them. Okay, just a little comment. And says Baruch Shem Kvot Malchuso L'Olam Va'ed. So that's what we say after Shema. When we say Shema Israel, right? So we said this line, like it says, like in undertone. So that's exactly this line. So you say after the put in this head tefillin, right? Because why? Because maybe it's not necessary. So commentaries say, see Prima Gadim. Prima Gadim writes that one should be careful to recite Baruch Shem only after finishes tightening the Shel Rosh. See the following note. So basically, he said Al Mitzvah Tefillin blessing. He tightens around the head. Right? He tightens around the head, and then he said Baruch Shem Kvot Malchuso L'Olam Va'ed. which translated as "Blessed is the name of His glorious kingdom for all eternity." Okay, continue. The reason that one has to say Baruch Shem Kvod Malchus Olam Vaed is because there is something of a doubt regarding the obligation to recite the blessing on of Al Mitzvah Tefillin, meaning second blessing. So they say, some say maybe you don't need to. Okay, so that's why we like restore the Hashem's kavod, right? We say blessed is His name and glorious kingdom for all eternity. So you say, so if I made the mistakes, it's unintentional mistake, and I mean for His kingdom to be forever and ever. Okay, the common term. There Kitzur writes that Baruch Shem, etc., is recited in a case where one is recited a blessing in vain. So when somebody when person said blessing in vain, like it was not necessary. Like he was eating apple, right? And then he was talking to somebody on the phone, and he already said the blessing on apple, and then he hung up the phone and he forgot, like automatically, right? He said another blessing to start eating apple. It's not necessary. So to fix it, you say Baruch Shem Kvod Malchus Olam Vaed. That's like the first thing when we say unnecessary blessing. Or wrong blessing also. Okay. Okay, so continue. For example, wrong blessing is the blessing, for example, that you cannot fix. So if you say, for example, on banana, you say the on a piece of candy, if you say the fruit of the tree, so it's not going to work, right? So and you don't have anything else to do to eat, so to substitute the correct, so the bracha would not be in vain. So basically that's what you say. You say Baruch Shem. But if you have something else, so you said the fruit of the tree, and you have grapes somewhere, right? So you go get the grapes quickly and you start eating grapes. Okay, that's what you do. Okay, continue. There are two opinions regarding how many blessings are recited during the tefillin. According to one opinion, only one blessing, lechaniach tefillin, is recited before tying shel yad, so meaning on a hand, and it applies to both shel yad and shel rosh. See Shulchan Aruch. This is the custom of Sephardim. Okay. According to the other opinion, the blessing, two blessings are recited. Lechaniach tefillin is recited with both tying shel yad on a hand, which applies to both shel yad and shel rosh. And al mitzvah tefillin is recited before fastening the shel rosh and applies only to shel rosh. Rama, this is the custom of the Ashkenazim. So basically, Ramad does not dispute that the lechaniach tefillin on a hand is applied to the head also. He's not disputing it. He said that for the head tefillin you need the additional blessing. Okay. According to Ashkenazic tradition, there are no real doubt that he should recite the blessing al mitzvah tefillin. However, to account for the first opinion, so I mean we're sure that we're doing the right things. Right? However, according to the first opinion, which holds that the blessing should not be recited, Baruch Shem, etc., is said after al mitzvah tefillin, Mishnah Berurah. So in a sense, so it's not like we're in doubt whether or not we're doing the right or wrong thing. We're not in doubt. We said that we know that we're doing the right thing, but there is second opinion. So to satisfy it, so we said Baruch Shem. Mishnah Berurah adds that one must be very careful not to say Baruch Shem until after one has completed the tightening of shel rosh. So it's very important, like when you put the hands down, right? It's in the right place. So and it's tight. Only then shall say Baruch Shem. as to not to interrupt between blessing, al mitzvah tefillin, and actual performing of the mitzvah, title Shalom. So, I mean, that's big, right? So basically, you say blessing on a head tefillin, you put it in the right place, you tied it, and then when you're done with the mitzvah, when you put your hands down, so you say only then you say Baruch Shem, or like you, no, not down, you put took your hands away from the straps, basically. Okay. So it was 44. Going back, okay, this Kitzur. Since there is elements of doubt regarding the recitation of the blessing, therefore there is a likewise question if one who heard the blessing should respond with amen or not, right? So that's also a good thing. So it says amen is not said on the blessing that was recited in vain. Shulchan. So if you know that somebody said something in vain, so we don't answer him, right? So that's why. Therefore, it seems to me that it's best to recite the blessing quietly, so that no one should be put in situation of doubt whether to respond to amen. And that's actually our custom. So on filling on a hand, you say blessing louder, little louder. So who wants to answer amen would answer you amen. But on a hand, we say quietly, so other people would not hear. Why? Because since it's in doubt, maybe it's not proper for them to answer amen. Okay. So continue. According to Biur Halacha, it would seem that one may respond to the blessing on mitzvah tefillin, since there is a valid halachic opinion that holds that the blessing should be recited. Okay, so but I think, like from what I saw, from like everybody would say like quietly. Okay, after Shel Rosh is put on, so Shel Rosh, one wraps the strap of Shel Yad 3 times around the middle finger. So around the middle finger, and if you see in the Siddur, there is a special blessing when we say that it's like if you move a little to the left, so you'll be like in the middle, or I'm gonna move the camera. Okay, so you'll be like in the middle of the picture. All right, thank you very much. So the in a Siddur that there is special like prayers when you say when you put this strap, because it's like it's a wedding, it's like a wedding band, right? Something like that. Around the middle finger, once around the middle joint, that twice around the lower joint. Okay, one in the middle and twice. Okay. So okay, we're done. Stop here or continue? Continue.
I think we'll stop for today.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
I have a question now.
Yes, please go ahead.
Two things. Why did HaShem tell Moshe the laws twice? He told him once on Sinai, then the other times in the book of Devarim on the plains of Moab. Why did he tell him twice?
No, but first of all, there was not exactly the same laws. So there's one opinion that he gave some clarification, and we have to understand that a person cannot memorize all the laws, and some of the laws that he gave in the plains of Moab, as you said. So because it was relevant for them to go, because these 40 years they were staying in the desert. So all of these laws that pertaining to the land of Israel, like Shemitah year, right? All other like agricultural law, like it's like 39, 38 years away. So who is going to remember that? Mm-hmm. It was not exactly relevant. So he left it. It's one of the opinions. So he left it on a later day when it would be more like practical.
Understood. And so when it starts talking about, let's say you're, it says you're resident, you're not allowed to take interest, for example, in this week's parsha. It says you're not allowed to take interest nor increase. Now, the question, Chazal says that interest and increase is the same exact thing, but HaShem put both two words to make two negative commandments for doing one thing. So my question is, why couldn't he just make one negative commandment with the punishment? Why make two negative commandments for the same thing?
Okay, so I can explain what is the interest in increase, but let's answer your actual question. So it's this mitzvah is so big, so the person who break this mitzvah and takes the interest, so he's liable for two negative commandments. So to make the punishment bigger. And how big is it? Just so we understand. So it says the one who takes the interest from another Jew, he's not going to be resurrected with the resurrection of the death. So basically, he did all the mitzvahs, he did everything, but he took this interest from another guy, and that's it. He's out. And interest, it could be like they say. So, for example, he wants to give you back like extra food, right? So he took some food. So he took half a bag of flour, for example, from you, and I mean that it's like he embarrassed to return half a bag of flour, so he wants to return like a full bag, sealed. Right? It's more proper. When he came to you to borrow, that's what you had left. You say, okay, but take it. I don't need it for now. Today is Friday. I'm not going to bake. You take it. You bake whatever. And he wants to return, so he's going to return sealed. You cannot take it back. It's like an increase.
Got it. Well, one question. So about borrowing, let's say you lend someone money, and then you say, if you give it back to me in 10 days, you don't have to pay anything. But after 10 days, you have to pay me, let's say, interest or plus $10 to what I gave you. Is that allowed?
No. There's no interest whatsoever.
Got it.
And interest is, so they say, what is the interest? It's unbiblical. If he start treating you better, for example, before he didn't talk to you, and now you lend him money, and now he's nice to you and saying hello and asking how's your fish and in your fish tank, how's your dog, how's your mom, how's this, how's that, how's weather, how's your study. You understand? So so in some sense it was because you lend the money. So in some sense it is interest.
Got it. And
so
also
all of this, or he does you a favor. So all of these favors is interest. He paying you back. He's going to give you back the loan, no problem. But this is interest, so you're not allowed to take anything from him. And he does from pure heart. It's not like he. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I understand. Later on, it says your food. It says about interest, and then right after it says your food you shall not increase. What does it mean? Your food you shall not increase. It says it. I'm pretty sure 2-3 verses later, where at the start it simply says you shall not give interest and you shall not increase, and then later it says basically the same thing but with a little bit more detail. It says your food you shall not increase.
I think with if I'm not mistaken, so the food not you should not increase. For example, so he borrowed from you, I don't know whatever he borrowed tomatoes. When he borrowed from you tomatoes like some time ago, or wheat, the tomato is not good. Wheat. So it was one price. Now it's a different price. So the market was full. It was very cheap. So you bought him. You gave him $50 worth of wheat. Then now for $50 you can buy only like smaller amount. So he cannot give you by weight. He borrowed like 10 pounds. So he cannot give you 10 pounds back, because 10 pounds actually is going to worth now what is it like $75.
Got it. Oh. Okay, I understand. Thank you so much. Okay.
Stop here.
Yeah.
All right. So good night until tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
רגע. אני מברך את הרבנים, הרב ירון ראובן, הרב אפרים כחלון, ראשי ארגון בעזרת השם, שהלכו בפי עליון, שעלו מעלה, יהיה להם ברכה והצלחה, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא בישועות ליבם לטובה ולברכה, שבכל מה שיפנו ישכילו ויצליחו, יזכו לעשות כאלה וכאלה, הודיעו תורה לאדירה, אמן ואמן.
בעזרת השם רשת בכל הארץ. הוא היהודי הזה, הוא היה מיליונר, סגר את כל הביזנס, אמר אני משקיע פה בעולמה של תורה.
איפה הוא גר?
בפלורידה.
פלורידה, איפה זה פלורידה? באמריקה.
מיאמי. כן, ליד. אנחנו שם עכשיו הולכים להקים קהילה ספרדית.
חזק אותו בשמי.
קהילה ספרדית גדולה.
תעבירו מה שבירכתי אותו.
כן, קהילה ספרדית גדולה. אני